screen. And I do want to reiterate, Malphite has Flash. So
And
even if he's not there, or sorry, I meant, yeah, Flash and Teleport. Even if he's not there, he's there. He's going to be there when it matters.
All right.
First buys.
Sona going with the...
Why does everybody use that Draven skin?
Because it's blue.
I guess.
He sounds like a robot. I don't know.
Once again, Resurrected running with the double sweeper trinket. They seem to be the only team supporting that specific trinket build.
We do finally get to see the last of the gold generating items for supports, though, because Sona has the one that gives her gold on attack.
Yeah, the Spellthief's Blade.
Yeah, that one.
Both teams actually looking to engage at bottom river this time. Normally we saw blue side split up and opt for a bit more defensive coverage. However, this 4-man in a bush strat.
4-man in a bush. It's the Garen strat.
Sivir is dancing. All right.
Huh.
Ooh, Renekton's coming up.
Hold on. Here comes Renekton. Coming in. Renekton, please. Gator,
You know,
please.
if either Zyra or Sivir reacts and tries to run through blue,
Oh, yeah.
they could get caught.
Oh, here they go.
Here it goes, here it
Going
goes.
for the
They're
engage.
not paying
Oh,
attention.
the
They're not
flash
paying
charm.
attention.
They went
Easy
hard
kill.
for that one. 2 flashes burned to secure that kill, but
just
they
flat
got
took
it.
because
Oh,
he
3
did
burned.
not use his flash. That's the
not.
But they are going to take his blue. That's important. That's what they actually wanted.
That's harsh on an
Killing a champion at level 1. You know, the I think it's like a pre 5 minute. There's like a buffer window where like the gold gain is reduced.
Yeah.
And he's going to respawn instantly before the creeps are even up. So he's going to be able to go do his red buff. But they're going to steal his blue. Which means that they can give blue to Ahri at like level 3. You know?
Well, another thing is that Zyra used all of her wards on that. Oh, they're setting up. Are they going to get it?
Oh, hiding behind the retreating champions. It looks like Sona will actually be able to escape. And
oh, the Draven does so much damage at level 1.
both of Mr. Noma and the Chompskies girls take quite a bit of damage. Let's see here. So right off the bat,
Excitement
spooky
everywhere.
lead for Jarvan.
Well, Malphite and Amumu are going in on Jarvan's blue now, trying to...
Oh, yep, they're going to take... Oh, but here comes Renekton for backup. He still has flash because he died so early, so he's going to flash it off. But then he's just going to give it
Oh,
to...
he failed the flash!
He failed the flash for the wall. Now he just gave blue to Renekton. This is already a very scary game in favor of...
That's more than just blue. That's double buff for Renekton. Because he went to his red, then he went down to Jarvan's blue, and then gave it to Renekton. So Malphite is now facing the double buff Renekton.
So I know this is early to be saying, but oh, we have Renekton engaging Malphite top with both red and blue. He is taking a bit of minion damage, but he just doesn't. So he's gonna catch up. Wow, the empowered
so much damage.
strike there, just chunking Malphite for a huge percent of his HP.
Malphite
However,
flashes away at the last minute.
Does look like Mr. Noma the Chompsky is sealing a definitive lead in bot lane. And that's pretty important for obvious reasons. We've got Draven, or at least in terms of trading ability. Oh, wow. Malphite is having a really hard time.
Oh, he gets into the...
And he's out.
He got
well
it.
played by Renekton, easily consuming that Malphite.
And that was...
The double buffs.
double
Double
buffs.
buffs pre-level 4 is just...
brutal.
I mean, what can you do? What can you do? Already
Malphite's
with a 1,000 gold lead.
lane.
1,000 gold lead at 4 minutes in.
He just doesn't want to give the tower to take too much damage, so he teleports
Draven
it.
has a huge CS lead.
Yeah, he does.
So there's that.
There's that.
Let's see how mid's doing. Oh, Ari doing
Pretty even.
pretty even. Oh man, his. Oh, we've actually got Resurrected. Still with both buffs. Still quite scary in lane.
Jarvan setting up for a gank in mid.
Yes, he is.
Here he comes. Misses the flag and drag. It's
And
dash
dashes
through.
to right.
Should be on.
All right. Not quite a whole lot of action there. We did see Jarvan is actually just sitting on his gold. He got quite a bit of gold there from various assists. And he's just hanging out. All right, fair enough. Oh, we got a bit of
Ari's picked up the Seeker's arm guard.
for versus Yasuo. Yep, goodbye. These last few minutes have been relatively quiet compared to the very exciting big opening sequence we saw from both teams. Zyra should have the ability to kind of zone Draven off her tower. I don't see them losing their tower anytime soon. They might get pushed up to it, but she can defend under the tower very well with the extended health pools from plants. So there's shouldn't be a huge threat there. Malphite taking a bit of trade damage from Resurrected. Maybe kind of bait, maybe set up a Mumu here. But now Resurrected 6 is already 6 at 6 minutes in. Just from that early kill and this just power being able to farm with both buffs. Here comes a Mumu circling around.
Looking for
Is he gonna go?
Looks like he's just gonna back off, take his doubles. Oh, doubles are down.
Meanwhile, Yasuo.
Yasuo got charmed, dashes through.
He's gonna take the trade back out.
Oh, he's
ults
going
in.
for the kill.
Auto attack. Okay. All right.
Can Jarvan make up for
Nope.
it though?
Unless he flash Qs and then Cataclysms, I don't see him catching it. But his Cataclysm's on cooldown, it looks like. Or he's level 5. He doesn't have it. There. As good as reason of any. Zyra popping pretty low, but Draven and Sona close to kill range.
There,
actually, it looks like, I don't know, Draven's trade is pretty huge, but nope. There was enough plants in play that Sivir was actually able to pick up a kill, both of those kills.
She also, Zyra also caught her with her passive, which does a huge chunk
Yeah,
of true
it's
damage.
really good. I mean, even if you lose the trade, like if you die in like an all-in situation, level 2 or 3, you can get your ADC those kills.
Yep.
You can at least guarantee one with the application of her passive.
Currently, you have a 400 gold lead for Resurrected.
They caught up. Resurrected caught up.
Yeah.
They compensated for those early deaths.
Well,
or sorry.
Mr.
Mr. Norman the Chompskies compensated for those early deaths and really came to downplay the early lead that we saw. I thought Resurrected was just going to take those double buffs and go kill the Nexus at level 4. That's how powerful he looked.
Did not look like he wanted to stop for very much. Draven.
Looks like Jarvan's about to give Ari her blue.
Sivir went back and got a best friend sword, a BF sword. So she's got that up on Draven.
Draven gets caught. I saw that on the mini map, but we didn't have enough time to tag down there. Looks like Draven got caught by a root series and then plants into Boomerang Blade. And he doesn't have many defensive options to begin with.
Nope.
He didn't have flash or barrier up, so it was the opportune time to kill him. They will probably get at least half this tower's health bar as a result of that kill. Meanwhile, Malphite still getting beat up by Resurrected in lane and taking quite a bit of tower damage as well. Looks like we have Jarvan coming in for some support, but Amumu is also in the area of his expertise.
Jarvan coming in. Gonna land it. No, he gets planted.
He gets rooted right to the last. Ooh, does manage to land, and is he gonna Cataclysm? Flashes out. Yep, very clean flash. Really not really a question. If you get trapped behind Cataclysm, you flash.
Well, unless you're Vayne, then you tumble.
Or you need a directed movement option. There's always that.
Well, sometimes you can just walk out because of bug.
Sometimes Jarvan can auto-attack you through Cataclysm Wall because auto-attack range is so big. You read that happen?
No, but
Oh, Renekton rotating down from top into mid,
Yasuo.
landing a mean 2 hits on Yasuo, suddenly stealing half of his health. And that actually puts Yasuo in Ahri's kill range.
Yeah,
I mean, let's look. Kari, I mean, she has Dorans and Seekers. So all she has to do is land Charm.
Teleport coming into mid.
But here comes
Malphite.
all the engagers. Renekton is doing a ton of damage. Oh, you're soaking up so much. He's so powerful right
Flashes
now.
out.
He's just weathering the
that
storm.
combo we were talking about.
It takes all 3 ultimates to kill him as Ahri walks around and picks up the now on cooldown remnants of Mr. Noma and the Chompskies. Oh, it doesn't actually seem that she's managed to pick up a kill on...
She got Yasuo.
She got Yasuo, which is probably most impactful kill she could have gotten.
But there was that combo I mentioned where Malphite ulted in and Yasuo went on
popped
the
him
knockout.
up, and then Amumu ulted him at the very tip of it. I was like,
So
oh my god. It took all that, and to be fair, even then, Renekton almost made it out alive. He's almost finished his Sunfire. He's got double Dorans. He's quite a monster. So looking back at gold, once again tied up, Mr. No.
Going deep.
Good
Like
Zyra ult actually pops. You know, sorry, let me rephrase that. It was well placed, but in terms of overall effectivity, there wasn't much to follow it up.
I think that was a disengaged getaway from my Sivir ult.
Probably.
I don't think.
Well, I
they
mean,
knew that
Sivir's
Jarvan
definitely
was
alive,
there.
but
yeah,
I mean, Sivir had her spell shields off cooldown. She has barrier. Probably wasn't required.
I do not know. Her flash is down.
Renekton sealing top tower's fate. And it looks like we might have Resurrected either A, rotate to mid, or B, attempt a dragon.
Looks like they're going for the dragon.
Now, Mr. Noma the Chompskies is close. They have, but Amumu did just use his ult on that Renekton kill, so he does not have it up. He does not have his ult. Yasuo has his, but he's only got his unique pop-up. Oh, it does pick Zyra. You know, Zyra and Sivir rotating in was really a great...
Oh, she gets the pick. Not quite enough.
Almost.
Has to flash out to try to get
Almost
away, but
gets the
Sivir's
pick.
on the hunt. Spell shields the charm.
All right. Now, really, it's probably just the health from... Oh, she has Targon's Brace. Huh. Interesting. You know, I always wondered, it's melee attacks, right? So you can't get it with a ranged attack at melee range.
Plants do it. Because she has melee attacking plants.
But they don't possess the item.
But they do apply on hit effects.
Oh.
Because have you heard of Burning Bush Zyra?
Yeah. That's good. That's a good point. I never thought about that, actually. I'll go look it up later. So, Yasuo with an easy lead at 101 CS. He's already finished his Static Shiv. Quite powerful at this point of the game. Ahri, however, has finished Zonia, so she does have an answer to any like CC chains that may be incoming if she preempted the shields against them.
Oh, catching Zyra.
Good
with the
ult
Sona.
by Sona. Very solid kill for Draven. The passive nearly nails Draven, last portion of health. Got some pings going out mid. Looks like we may have an engage for Malphite. Ahri is playing hesitant. She does not have flash, nor does she have her ult. So she honestly has no escape option here outside of Zonia's. Both teams trying to rotate, looking for their opponents. There's a lot of wards out in the bottom forest, so they're probably pretty aware of the opposing team's positioning, because they're just a little powerless to do anything about just all this movement that's going on here.
Renekton.
Renekton.
I'm big.
He's got the Sunfire. There's not Oh, oh my gosh, actually, this Yasuo does do a fair amount of damage, but in the end, Sunfire will win every war. Jarvan heading bot. Let's see if... what's going on, guys? Who's engaging what? Jarvan coming through lane. They might have caught a glimpse of him. They definitely caught a glimpse of him in the river. But it doesn't look like it's going to lead to anything eventful.
Just picked up his red.
Picking up his red. Momo just grabbed his red, now double buffed. Ahri now rotating bot. They're retreated though. They have time and space to recognize the incoming threat and back up. The question is if they can just avoid getting baited out. Oh, this is going to be bad for Mr. Noma and the Chompskies as he gets trained at
Charm.
Oh, Charm is
short.
just out of range, and I have no idea why you hourglass there.
Well, style points.
It literally. To be honest, it kind of looked like I hit one too many buttons.
Yeah.
Like when I did my combo kind of thing.
Jarvan.
Oh, he tried to flash out of the... right into Yasuo.
That was like hurting a cat.
Right into Yasuo. He flashed too. He tried to flash to make the projectile skill shot disappear, I guess.
Doesn't do that anymore.
I know it's targeted, so...
Right. It used to do that, actually.
Habit.
Habit.
Muscle memory.
Little bit
Amumu may be overstaying his welcome as Draven takes the opportunity to take more than a few
Draven.
pot shots at him.
He chunks hard on the Amumu. Ooh.
Flash it. Wait, did he ult?
flash then
Flash then ult. I think he might have tried to move an alpha store.
Okay.
Now he doesn't have his ult for here, but the amount of power in play for Mr. Gnome and the Chompskies is actually going to win this fight for them.
Yep.
It's the sheer numbers advantage of a 5-3 engagement.
Everybody's so low. Karthus, press hard.
All right, so Mr. Gnome and the Chomsky has overcome that very debilitating first couple minutes in the game with now pulling ahead by a 4-kill lead. They're a tower up, 5,000 gold. And most of that gold can be found on where it matters most, the ADC and your mid, who happens also to be an ADC. Whereas the gold is more spread out through Resurrected's entire team.
Right. Draven's big and beefy.
Now, see, the one thing about having all of the gold stacked on like one super powerful champion is that if that champion gets eliminated, your team falls apart. Like,
also gives the enemy team a priority.
yeah, it does
like,
give them
hey,
priority.
if we can take
But you
this
can
guy,
use that against
good.
them. You can use it to bait an engagement or two.
Here comes Renekton. Ooh, nice hourglass.
I
Nice.
don't think he's gonna. Oh, Flash is out. They do manage to save Ahri, but it was a bit expensive. And Yasuo did burn Flash. Asayo!
Wasabi.
Draven going for the Dragon Kill Steal with his ultimate. Not quite landing it. So if we look at itemization real quick, we're seeing Zyra going to a classic, more AP-oriented support with the Haunting Guys and Sword Boots.
Ooh,
Excellent
nice
ult by Sona, managed to trap both Jarvan and Zyra, but oh man, Yasuo coming in and cleaning house, just outputting so much damage.
Wow, that Amumu has a lot of damage.
You know, just Xander is doing a great job. Look how many kills she's picking up. We've got 5-0 now. She's really never been at risk of dying. I mean, she seems to be leaving every engagement at like 80% health. And it just speaks really to, this is what we were talking about earlier, Mr. Norman the Chomsky picks a position-oriented team because they trust their positioning.
Right.
And one of the things that you can see on a team that is good positioning in is how they distribute incoming damage among their team. We're seeing the right people die. We're seeing the support die. We're seeing the tank die. We're seeing the initiator die. We're seeing the ADC picking up 5 kills and walking away without taking a single skill shot. That is the way that you want to position your team.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, I mean, it's more realistic to budget damage to your tank than it is to try and get out of it without taking any damage at all. So they're playing...
Gotta pause.
Safe? Reliably? What's up? What?
His laptop exploded.
Laptop overheated. All right.
All right, so we'll...
It's coming back. That just chose to reboot itself in the middle of the game.
Good,
unfortunate,
good
but
It was
we tackle these problems as they arise.
Hey, at least we have power this month.
Yeah, at least we have power.
I'm gonna pat the stream PC so it doesn't get any sympathetic pains.
Uh,
Come on, baby, hold together.
now, I want it to explode into fire.
So if we look at... Okay.
All right.
ADCs. Gold, very close.
Yes.
Draven up ahead in CS, died a couple times. Sarah's got some CS, she's 400 ahead. Understandable. Sona actually has a fair amount of gold for a support, but Zyra actually has more than enough gold. Those 3 kills and 8 assists. You know, she's probably got an assist streak in there somewhere.
Somewhere.
So that's probably why she can afford Lysandres. I mean, we're talking, you know, earlier we were talking about supports that can just take, they can just take the gold. I mean, you see the support role these days generating more gold than top laners, more gold than junglers. So,
of course he's going to solo the jungler. He's a support.
yeah. It really doesn't come into play until the late game, though. Like, you see, like, the support just kind of being like this kind of aggravating AP caster who's just kind of running around all the time. And then suddenly, at the 28, 30-minute mark, you're going around saying, oh, that Zyra, so... And then you're like, oh my gosh, she has Void Staff and Death Cap and Zhonya's. And then she just drops some plants on you, and there's the game, and you're like, dang.
Well, it makes itemization difficult for the other team.
It adds an extra AP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can build
So
against
now
Yasuo and Sivir, but there's still the Zyra with the Liandry.
Yeah, and Amumu also outputs quite a bit of AP damage. So now you're sitting at... Like, normally in a classic composition, you have a physical damage to the top, physical damage to the bottom, and ability power damage to the mid, and then a mixed damage either in the jungle. Okay, well, it looks like we'll be back online in just a couple moments, folks. So when that moved to endgame, you were eventually dealing with more attack damage than you were ability power damage.
Right.
But now with the implementation of stronger, like supports outputting more ability power damage, it's a bit harder to itemize against. And that might be one of the reasons we see Soul Shroud being more popular, you know.
Well,
It was always good. It's always very popular. Don't get me wrong.
The Spear Visage is very good. And you built that out of the Soul Shroud. I lost myself.
No,
It was fun.
Never mind.
Should try that sometime.
Look at this clump of words. I can't move the camera because I'm paused.
Right.
But 1, 2, 3, 4. There's just like a solid beeline of them in the bot jungle. I'm actually kind of surprised Amumu went for Spectral Wraith. Usually we see Blue Fist, and only Blue Fist.
Yeah. You start to see more of the Spectral Wraith, at least, since they added the conservation passive to it.
True. I saw the only... If you weren't running Blue Fist, you were running Lizard on, like, Nocturne,
right?
I guess, is the other place you'd see some of the other jungler items come into play. Other than that, you know, Wriggles on Shyvana. But that's really that's really it for the most part. Unless you're running some like Heimer jungle or something, you know.
Well, it's possible that the thought process for Mumu is that he got the Merc Treads. The Merc Treads offer tenacity. So does the Blue Fist. You don't really want to stack the tenacities because that
It's just a waste.
it's a waste.
Yeah.
So maybe he's like, I can go with the spell vamp, get a bit more of my health back. So I mean, it's pretty good spell vamp. It's what, 8%?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
As well, it's actually even better than spell vamp because it restores mana as well.
oh,
So you got to remember, if you're hitting with a skill that does 100 damage, you're regenerating 8 mana. And if that skill costed 30 mana, or let's say 40 mana, you're actually recuperating, you know, a
I'm
fifth.
wondering, with his tears, if he can actually regenerate
Positively?
Positively.
Well, how much damage is to just percentage health,
It's
right?
percentage health. So if he's like hugging Renekton, who's got quite a bit of health.
Well, they would need to take 80 damage per second.
So
Or sorry, they would need to take 100 damage per second for it to be cost positive. Or 100 damage per 8. Or no, yeah, it is. It's 100 damage per second to be cost effective. To
if
be
he
cost.
if he gets into the
cost
middle
neutral.
of a team fight,
So if somebody has, well, he only has to do is get up to 1%, and then
true.
he has to fight somebody who has 1,000 health. That's it. So
there's Renekton.
So he needs like like 20 AP, and he has to walk next to Resurrected, and he'll start being mana positive from tears. Or no, isn't it just monsters? Is damage dealt to monsters? I believe.
Said both, just damage. Oh wait, nope.
Nope, dealt
monsters.
to monsters is health and mana, yeah.
There goes my brilliant idea.
Yep, all done. However, you know, blue buff has like 3,000 health, 2,000 health.
Well, Baron.
Dragon's got a ton of health.
He could probably just go stand next to Baron for a few minutes
And get all
eventually
his
get it.
mana back.
We have a 7K gold lead for Mr. Gnome and the Chompskies.
Mm-hmm.
5 kills up,
2 towers.
2 towers, and a partridge in a pear tree. At this point, it can still go either way because you get into a team fight, something goes wrong, something goes right, you get an ace, and you're good to go.
I think the biggest difference that can be seen, at least it's clear to me at the moment, is the level range. You know, we're sitting there and the mid's up a level, the ADC's up a level, the top is tied, the jungler's up 2 levels, and support's up a level. So, you know, pre-level like 12, pre-level 15, those levels mean a lot.
I can see that.
I mean, the difference between this is really. Oh, we're actually back in game.
All right.
What's going on here? We got Mumu giving his red to Yasuo. Looks like. In terms of buys, we saw. It looks like Malphite's starting to work on his Randuins. Sivir's finished for Last Whisper. Affinity Edge for Yasuo, that's a really big buy for him. Ari's working towards her Themes. Jarvan really doesn't have much at the moment, just Spirit Mage for him.
Top tower is going to fall pretty quick here.
It is just gonna, yeah, it's gone. But they actually did revenge take the bottom tower, and they're gonna take the mid as well. However, losing an interior tower is a bit more threatening than 2 exterior ones. Although mid tower is pretty important, the first one. They are just gonna take this all the way to the inhibitor.
They don't look like they want to stop.
Mr. Gnome and the Chompskies is not quite backing soon enough to stop this tower from taking a huge amount of damage, but Renekton diving in deep with his ult up. Let's see here. Oh, they just took the damage and ran. I was kind of expecting them to kind of stay deep to, attempt to really establish dominance in that lane, at least take the tower. I felt they had the potential to really win that engagement, especially after popping Renekton so low, but Zyra just died. She did get her ult off first. Very important. Sona gets her ult off as well before she dies. And Ahri dishing out a ton of damage.
A lot
really
of damage.
Putting an end to...
Ahri just...
It got deleted.
The problem is that she popped her Zhonya's way too early.
Very, very early.
So she didn't have it when she actually really needed it.
Right. We saw Draven come in. I think if only Ahri had the Zhonyas to kind of delay and keep Draven in play, that would have really made it. But as a result of the well-played engagement by Mr. Gnome and the Chompskies, Resurrected has lost their top inhibitor without... I love how Smite gives you all that health back.
Yeah.
All the health and mana back.
Well, he's got the spectral rays, so
Yep.
he's good to go.
And the gold difference between the two teams only continues to grow. We are now nearly 9,000 gold ahead and double the tower count. Near double the kill count.
Get mad on Yasuo.
Yasuo, yep, just finished his team out. Probably building the Hydra really quick here.
Silver's back.
We're almost... I haven't seen anybody upgrade their
Zephyr
trinket.
on Sivir.
Actually that just occurred to me. I haven't seen anybody upgrade their trinket.
Wow. I don't know about you.
This entire tournament.
I don't ever remember to upgrade it. I keep forgetting that it has upgrades.
I usually switch to Sweeper and upgrade it for the Oracles, but... Ooh, Zyra. They get sought out by the wards, but she is going to have the opportunity... They had the option of engaging there, but I guess there were just too many for them to handle. Didn't really feel comfortable with back up so far away.
Ping goes down on Dragon, so...
And blue team gravitates north.
Oh, are they going to go for a sneaky Baron?
Tossing the dragons up in 8
cheeky
seconds.
Baron, cheeky Baron.
There's the ward there though. They're gonna know. What are they gonna do about it? Is the question. They give up their dragon.
Pull off dragon.
Yep, they give up their dragon and they're gonna go contest Baron. Oh,
they're
but it was just a Baron bait.
ward.
But there's a ward right there. And there goes a ward.
And they still just go in on it.
Yeah, the raw engage from Amumu onto 3 of their most important team players is really just that unfortunate bush ward. Did they know it was there?
I don't think they knew it was there. Oh, I know they didn't know the ward was there.
I mean, you thought they would have been ready to dodge Amumu's band-aids or something.
I would have thought so as well.
But no, they must have not known. They must have not known.
Even if they weren't standing on a ward, Amumu's often check that bush with their bandage.
Right.
Especially tanky Amumus who just, they're like, I'm going in, I don't care.
Either way, yeah, there's just not much to be done when you get hit by an engage like that. Especially with that close of a cluster. Yeah, an engage is so easy to hit with splash effects.
I didn't even notice.
Quick dragon. They could even just rotate up to Baron and just take Baron at this point. In my opinion, they're so far ahead.
They could either force the Baron or they could just push in bot lane and force team fights on
to be honest, looks like they could do whatever they want. Yasuo's 10-1, Sivir's 7-0, and Zyra has 11 assists. We actually see the players shaking hands over the side of the venue, so it does look like the game has concluded. However, we will continue spectating for archival purposes.
Yes, we will watch the end of this game.
Yeah, we don't know what happens. With excellent ward, this is always kind of like the holy trinity of wards.
Yeah.
You cover the top jungle entrance, so you know if somebody's coming in. You cover the one. I'd actually prefer moving this to the try, so you cover both the jungle entrances. But
That ward is the ward that you toss over the back side of
dragon.
the dragon pit while you're taking it to make sure they're not on the backside to steal it from you. That's why that one's right
Yasuo
there.
was actually trapped, or I thought they were circling around to pincer him, but
He's going to go for the Renekton. He wants some new alligator boots. Needs him some shoes.
all right, what's it gonna be? Zyra coming in, misses her root. And they actually make the interesting choice of leaving Malphite to push the bot fortresses alone.
Well, his teleport is up, so.
True. I was thinking they might have wanted to direct somebody like Silverbot and just kind of win off team fight potential alone. Top lane.
Ooh, a flash ult from Sona, but there's not a lot
They
of
didn't really.
follow-up.
She flashed so far ahead, they didn't have an opportunity to follow up. Excellent ult by Amumu, catching 4 of Resurrected's players, really dictating the pace of that engage. But Draven is actually dishing out a ton of damage, picking up kills on not only Mumu but also Yasuo. That was good for. You know, it's hard to say that that was good for Resurrected because they lost 4 players, but I don't see really much else they could have done.
the best engage they could have managed. It was a 4-on-5. They managed to pick up some kills, but then Malphite teleported in on the backside and just shoved Ahri the heck away. Like, once he came in, Ahri just had to run away. Or
Now Siver's gonna click on this tower 3 or 4, or this thrown a couple times, and there's that.
the game. GG.